Welcome back to FYI Weekly. It has been nearly 2 months since hundreds of properties and businesses on the east side of town were in the direct path of a tornado. Joining me now to tell us about recovery dollars available to assist with the much-needed repairs is Lori Dana. She is the Public Affairs Specialist with the Small Business Administration. Hello, Lori. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We're so glad that you're here on the ground to assist our residents and business owners who were directly impacted by the tornado. Tell us, what is the SBA Disaster Loan, and is it geared towards business owners only?
When there's a disaster, the SBA provides assistance to businesses of all sizes, not just small businesses, but they also provide disaster assistance to homeowners and renters, as well as churches and nonprofits.
Okay, so that's good to know, because if people go by the name of your organization, they may only think it's for businesses. So what is available as part of the SBA low interest loan program?
Okay, the SBA offers low interest long-term disaster loans to homeowners for their primary residence, to renters and homeowners to make repairs or replace personal property, such as the contents of their homes or their cars. And businesses can borrow up to $2 million to repair or replace their assets. That includes inventory, their buildings, equipment. Businesses can also apply for working capital loans to help them pay the bills they would have been able to pay if the tornadoes hadn't hit. Nonprofits can apply for disaster loans to make repairs or replace assets for their nonprofits. That includes churches.
Oh, wonderful. So you're covering a broad spectrum of all entities within the community.
Yes. Another thing is that landlords, they can apply for their rental properties as a business.
Okay, so you've told us who should apply. How do you apply for an SBA loan?
The first thing that residents should do is register with FEMA. And if they're referred to the SBA, they can apply online at www.sba.gov/disaster. That's www.sba.gov/disaster. They can go to a disaster recovery center. There's one right now at 1203 Maple Street. I don't know how long that's going to be open. It depends on who's going there, and I mean, it depends on people going there. Then they can also call 1-800-659-2955 and have an application mailed to them.
Okay, so all options, if you're not online, as some people aren't, it's good to know there's still snail mail. Yes. And who should people call, or what should they do if they get a denial letter once they have applied for your loan?
Okay, and that if you were referred by the SBA to complete a disaster loan application, we really encourage you to do so. If you don't, all assistance stops for other needs, such as moving expenses and other FEMA grants that you might be eligible for. So we really encourage you, if you were referred by FEMA, to complete a disaster loan application. If you don't, you'll probably receive a denial letter. It'll have a zero amount, and whenever you get a denial letter from FEMA, read the letter closely. It doesn't mean that you aren't going to get a grant. It just means that they may be waiting for other information. And that could be that you haven't completed the disaster loan application. It could be that you left out some other information on your application. It might be that you switched by accident a number, like your Social Security number. So it's very important to read why you were denied. You can go to the Disaster Recovery Center, bring your letter, and they can help explain what you need to do. The Disaster Recovery Center is a great place to go to have one-on-one assistance filling out your disaster loan application. Homeowners, they can borrow up to $200,000 to make repairs for their primary residence. And homeowners and renters, they can borrow up to $40,000 to repair or replace their personal belongings. And businesses, as I said earlier, can apply for up to $2 million.
Okay, so if you see denial, don't let that stop you. Don't leave money on the table because you didn't ask questions.
And don't disqualify yourself either. A lot of people think, I'm not going to qualify for a disaster loan. Why bother? Well, being eligible for the other assistance that might be available is a good reason why bother. And the other thing is, you never know unless you apply. The SBA doesn't look at your credit score as much as your ability to pay. Have you been making, payments and do you have the income to debt ratio.
Okay, that's good to know, good point. And deadlines are always important.
Yes.
We're coming into the second month since this tornado struck. How long do people have to apply for these loans?
The deadline to apply for property damage is July 9th. That's come about a month away, so don't wait. Get to the Disaster Recovery Center, call, go online. Anyway, July 9th is the deadline for property damage. Businesses that have economic injury, they have until January 8th, 2019 to apply, and that's because businesses don't always realize how badly they were affected by a storm until later, so they have a little bit of time for economic injury. But for property damage for businesses as well as residents is July 9th.
Okay, well, Lori, thank you so much for all that you're doing through the SBA to assist our residents as they are working to get life back to normal.
Thank you.
Thank you
for having me.
Stay tuned for a little known fact about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us.